Hey guys, Sean Zinn, the Connection Machine, aka the Insurance Doctor, and the host for the Network Marketing Insider, where we bring guests on that share their tips, their tricks, their strategies. They talk about their highs and their lows in this business because there are a lot of myths out there that we want to kind of, take away. We want to share that it's a business model that can work if you actually work. It's why it's called networking, because you have to put some time in. A couple housekeeping rules. So if you're watching us live, the least you can do is drop a hashtag live in the comments. If you're watching on the replay, hashtag replay. That's simple, right? Better yet, where are you watching from? Drop that in the comments. And also, throughout this conversation, drop your favorite emoji every couple minutes. That'll be helping the conversation. That'll be helping the algorithm. And also, if you have questions for us, drop them in the comments. We'll answer them. We will get back to you. We're going to keep this stream rocking and rolling. Before I bring on my guests, I want to share with you, since we're talking about network marketing, take a look at Learn with Legends, guys. This is a platform that everyone can join. It's free. It talks about, or involved in here, we're in beta. You can learn to earn. There's a lot of skills that you can learn in the platform. There's a marketplace you can buy and sell. You can also advertise to the community. And then we're going to have some freelance. Like if you are on Fiverr, you want to get involved with this platform. Talks about, we have over 689 members earned that's been out there into the community. The second thing I want to share with you, if you haven't joined yet, is, let me bring this up here, right with me. This one is Got Backup. If you have Google Drive, iCloud, Dropbox, you're paying a lot of money on this stuff. For $9.97 a month, you get 6 terabytes of storage for 6 separate accounts. You can also have a resell rights. You can build this into a business. If you want to build into a business, you're going to come to my links in the description, and you're going to, let me pull this up, go to connection.gotbackuptour.com. Phenomenal. And I'm helping people earn rankings sooner than later. Put in your information, pay the $9.97, and there's a $20 fee for becoming an affiliate. Make it happen. Now, without further ado, let me bring on my next guest. We're going to have Ken Ealy. What's up, my friend? How are you, Ken?
Hey, how you doing, Sean? It's pronounced Ealy. I go through that all the time, man. Don't worry about it. It's Ealy. A lot of people pronounce it Eli, but it's pronounced Ealy.
Ealy. Hey, I make mistakes all the time. I botched up Mirza. I probably still messing up her name. Probably Mizda. Messed up Camden. I said his name is Candone. Hey, Ealy. I love it, man. Hey, can't mess up Kenneth or Ken. So I'll stay with Ken, right?
Yeah, it's called Kenny. Yeah, Kenny. But Ken, it's whatever good for you.
So I appreciate you being with us. I wanna have you share with us why you got into network marketing. That's a question I love to hear from our guests that come on. Why did you get involved with this network marketing business, man?
Oh, that's a good question. I think, well, basically, I know when I was in high school coming up, it was around the time when I was still in high school, and I remember when my mom used to get the newspapers. So I never read the newspaper. I used to always go in the back of the newspaper, and I used to always read the real estate section. I used to always look at the houses and stuff like that. I used to always just dream about getting into real estate at that. I was curious about real estate, and I heard about the residual income and stuff like that. So I thought that was the only type of form of residual income was like through real estate. And it's crazy though because I wound up buying me and my mom, we wound up buying this course. Forgot the guy name from back in the day. He had a course. I just thought about his name this morning. He had a course, and we got it, but I never did anything with it. Years later, I was working at the Marriott Hotel, and a friend of mine's, a coworker, actually, He was a coworker of mine, but he was also a fireman too, and it was a convention in my city, and he was trying to get people to come to the meeting, and he he was asking everybody but me, and I knew about residual income. Um, I know about the residual income. When he told me it was about residual income, I was like, hey, look, put me on. And then that's when I found out about like residual income in a different way through network marketing. I didn't know nothing about network marketing, nothing like that. Once I knew about dealing with residual income, I said, hey, look, I want to go. So everybody that he talked to, they never went, but the person that he thought wasn't going to be interested in, which was me, he took me. And then when I went to the meeting, it was a big convention. I met the owner, I met a billionaire. I wanted to get in. I met people from New York, all over. I met this guy named Ramuldi. He had a pool in New York to change colors, driving a Hummer. And I was like young at the time, yeah. So I was like, hey, look, man, everybody here making money. I'm shaking a billionaire hand. Sign me up. Didn't even have the money to sign up, and then everybody was like, hey, they told my coworker, hey, this guy's really he's going to be something, yo. They paid for my way down in the business, and then that thing, I took off running.
It's fantastic. I like what Kenny was saying. You have residual income, and I learned about that in the insurance business. If I write a policy, I get a commission. And if that person continues to pay the premiums over every 6 months on an auto policy or every year on a home policy, I get that guaranteed residual income coming in. So that's why I
Right.
love with network marketing. I found you leverage other team members. So now others that you can duplicate. When you duplicate,
Exactly.
that's where now you exponentially start growing. Can you talk about the importance of duplication?
Yeah, duplication is really important. A lot of people don't. It's sad to say that the traditional way, that 90% of the people in the industry, whether it's affiliate marketing or network marketing, don't understand the power of duplication. Because for example, like we have a system called the Own Your Life system, and when we get people in our business, we teach them the napkin presentation, which one of my people in my group brought that up on the last podcast, and she did a great job. And the duplication, it's just the napkin presentation. It makes you understand, if you go out and sponsor two people, teach that go get two, who get two, who get two. You got 2 times 2 equal 4 times 8. Then you have 16, people, in that group by duplicating just by two. If you add a person, add on one more person, which is if everybody did 3, that 16 would turn to 81 people. But what most people do, their type of traditional or way of duplication is like, for example, even with me, when I used to be running around going crazy, what everybody does, they sign up one person, okay, and then and they try to sponsor like 2 or 3 or 4 other people at the same time, which is okay, but they work all over going wide. But what I learned since I've been in this industry for so long, not doing it the traditional way, through the Own Your Life system, my mentor said, so you can sponsor one person. If you focus on one person and help that person go 3 levels deep, yes, when you go 3 levels deep, you being duplicated. You duplicating your business, and you teach that to the next person. 3, who gets 3, who gets 3, he gets 3 off that one leg, until that leg goes to like 5, 6, 7 legs, and then levels. And that them levels could go into like 51, 81, or whatever. Um, so we call that basically digging down the bedrock, meaning digging down the bedrock means that, say, for example, if you ride around your city or your state or whatever, you see a construction work, like people building a building, and you got to have a foundation. You have to have a foundation. All buildings start off from the foundation. So if you notice that, if you go back in that area within like 2 weeks or the following week, then you see them working on the next level, and then the next level. Then each week it's like a next level. And to the higher, the higher that building grows, so high, that's how you're supposed to look at your income. That's
Mm.
how your income goes. So your income goes could shoot up if you build a business right. So what most people don't know this though. If you sponsor one person and help that person build his foundation by going 3 levels deep, you know, and then after the fourth, sixth level, then you're on your way.
No, I
So when
love
you do
that.
that, right. So if you do that with just one leg, and you don't sponsor nobody else, but within that one leg, you're going to get one person, a builder. And as I know, and everybody know in the industry, most millionaires in this industry have about 5 to 7 builders that's responsible for their income. So imagine you take one leg at a time and show it the right way versus the traditional way, talking to 100 people, had to go through 100 people, 1,000 people just to get 1 or 2 people. But the Own Your Life system, we have 90, we have 100% of the population because everybody wants a better life. Everybody wants something. So we don't mention anything about our company or a product. We find out what most people want, and we show them how to do it. We show them how
And
to
I
get
like that.
it.
It's all about building your own community. It's about building togetherness. It's a team. And I know, and I've learned from listening to a number of, the mentors that you have and going through Own Your Life, the time, money, and health. Can you talk about the
Exactly.
importance of those three things? That's difficult to find someone that has all three.
Exactly. And it's crazy though because I've seen it all. I've been in Excel Communications. It depends. People would know about that company. It depends how old you are. That was the first company that did $1 billion in 7 years. The first MLM company that did $1 billion in sales, and they had long distance. So I was around the Jordan Atlas and all them guys back in them days. I was just coming in like the last three, and the company filed Chapter 11. But that was
Mm.
that was the company back then that created like the most momentum, that did $1 billion in 7 years. Like no other company never did that. They even have a book on Excel Communication. But even from back then to even now to this day, most people, the traditional way they teach this. When a new person sign up, go out and talk to friends and family and stuff like that. But you have to talk to like 1,000 people, 100 people, just to find one builder, maybe one builder, and that's probably a builder. And thank God that I found the Own Your Life system, because tell you the truth, I was getting burnt out with the industry at the time.
Now,
That was it.
you said something important that people have to find, and you can find this through books, you can find this through networking, you'll find this through online, is a mentor. And finding the mentor and listening and actually taking action on some of the
Exactly.
ideas and strategies that the mentor shares. How did you find your mentor?
That's a good question. I'm gonna tell you this: the difference between my mentor and mostly everybody else mentor, through experience, and most people could relate to me what I'm about to say. Um, I've been around through companies and stuff. I stayed with maybe 2 companies for a couple years. I made a lot of money. I ain't made big money, but I had a team and stuff like that. And the last company I was in was, I tried affiliate marketing for the first time, when you get a binary leg, one leg, and you got a right leg and a left leg. I was okay. I tried it out because somebody I know put me on this company that was hot, and I got in the company, and my power leg was going crazy. I had to build my lesser leg, and I'm getting excited. And then the company had, and this is another thing too. A lot of companies have great products. I don't care what it is. You can have the best thing, that you can have a product that cure cancer. You're gonna have people are just not gonna want to believe it. They're not gonna want to try it out. If they do try it out, they ain't gonna stay on it. I got sick and tired of dealing with people listen, I got sick and tired dealing with people. I did not care about anybody back then. I just got sick and tired. I was on the internet. I was looking for something. I forgot what I was looking for, and I ran across the Own Your Life system by Don Failla. For some reason, God had me look into this. I looked into it. I was like, Own Your Life, Time, Money, and Health and stuff. And I got in contact with Don on Facebook, and I sent him a message. He sent me it back. We start because this system is really for anybody able, no matter what company that you're in, you could use this system for your company. And one thing that he's the type that he's not trying to recruit you because you could get in trouble for that. But me, I was active, but I wasn't building, because then the people that I knew, they left. So I seen people start vanishing, going over to another company. And I was like, I wasn't with all that, So me and Don was talking. I had questions and stuff. And one day he said, we started talking. And one thing that caught my attention was this. He said, I've been in my company for 25 years. I only sold one product. I said, hold up. What do you say? I've been in my company for 25 years and I only sold one product by accident. And that was because somebody came over to my house and they seen the product and they asked about it and I told them what it, and that person's still using the product over the last 20 years. I said, hold up. So you mean to tell me I ain't got to go to my sister, my friends, my family, say, oh, I got this, you should try this out, or this is good for energy. He's like, no. He said, I teach people how to duplicate, build a business, how duplication, and use it, build a team of distributors that uses the products. I said, yo, listen, I'm in. That was the best thing in a decade and a half that I heard as far as system. They ain't talking about no funnels. He ain't talking about no captive pages. I mean, I ain't had to deal with none of that stuff. I could just duplicate. He said, yes, I just signed up underneath him. Number two, when most of these mentors and stuff like that, you can't call them because they have a huge, so many thousand people in their downline that just think about how many times, when the last time you talked to the head top of your uplines,
Right.
call you every day. I have access to him and Jeffery Ramuldi every day, all day. It got to the point that when we on the phone, when we get off the phone, we tell each other we love each other. Never in this industry, I never had a leader never told me that they love me. That's when I know I got the right leaders. And not only that, this guy been around for so long, since the 19s. Oh my God, I was born 1968. He started doing network marketing in 1967. He does 100 and he does like 14 million group volume a month. And because of the Own Your Life system, been around for I think about 30, 40 years, he has 700, 800 people joining his business daily. It's global. This Own Your Life system is global. It's new to us. It's new to us over here in the U.S.
Right.
Yeah. But global, so, Germany, Poland, Finland, yeah, you'd be surprised.
Love it, man. Now, with these calls that you've had with Don and Jeff, are they Zoom calls? Are they on the phone, video calls? And how often do you have them?
Like when I was focused on building my business, like when I first got in and started working with them, through the Own Your Life system, and when people sign up, and I used to have them we do a 3-way on a Zoom call or either a Facebook. People don't realize that we also use Facebook, live too. We build like group chats and stuff like that, of our new members and stuff. And when our mentors, Jeffery or Don, add in with the group, and it could be on Facebook or Zoom. We use both, but a lot of people stay on Facebook a lot, so we just be doing Facebook. We barely use Zoom, tell you the truth, unless we want to. But they help us out and stuff with our peoples, and they constantly emailing us new information about a lot of stuff. And sometimes like Don, he just call, check up on me, see how I'm doing. Hey, Kenny, if he don't hear from me within a day or something, he's always calling me. And sometimes we just, be on the phone on Facebook Messenger live, just me and him, and he'd be telling me about some, his daughter doing her soccer match or something like that. We don't even be talking about the business, you know. So
Because
it
you're
becomes, we
building.
all family now.
Right, you're building relationships. And yes,
Yeah,
you bring up a good fact there. Everyone has a phone, everyone has Facebook, which if you don't have Facebook now, something's wrong. And you use the messenger, you can use the video there, and it's actually no
exactly.
matter where you are in the world, you can talk to somebody. So,
Yeah.
what other ways, Kenny, are you using social media to grow your business, to build your business with social media?
Right now, I've been using the group chats and stuff. Um, but one thing that I learned, like one thing I just learned, I just told one of my members that if you doing group chats, it's not a good idea to go in other MLM group chats where other MLM people are at, because you're not going to sign up people like constantly every day in your business, and people are forgetting what MLM is really all about. MLM is all about recruiting, but we don't say recruiting. We use sponsor. It's all about sponsoring people and bringing in new blood every day. This is the old school way, and it's still supposed to be like this to this day. But people are so caught up on social media, they're not doing that. They not doing that. You had to put up content and stuff like that, which is cool. Attraction marketing, which it do work. But what if I recruit somebody, a brand new person that's in a really bad financial situation right now, that they got to get some money up quick? What I'm going to tell them? Oh, you got to build up a brand. No, that don't work. I don't believe it. Most people that build up their brands and stuff like that, they've been doing that for a while, and they have a lot of followers and stuff like that. This is why that building social media could work. I would use that on the back end.
Mm.
As far as building my business, I wouldn't put that my main priority to build my business. Until you get enough followers and you put enough content and people, you got a lot more eyeballs on your page and stuff like that. You brand new. I mean, nah, no. People want to make money right now. People got bills. What I'm gonna tell them, put up a content and stuff all on. Nah, that, that don't work to me. And I'm kind of old school, man. Later on down the road, you can tell them do that on the side and stuff like that. But with me, and when people sign up with me and my team, like I had Camden, Meredith, people that I signed up in my business, I spend time with them, and I say, hold up, now you're going to do the 1 minute presentation with me. Learn the on your life system, do the 1 minute presentation with me. Like if you made a connection with me, do the 1 minute present, and I make sure that they got that down pat. Because now when they talk to people, whether it's online or offline, they could get a phone number like that. Easy.
I agree. Definitely getting
Another
onto a
thing too.
call. Go ahead.
Another thing too. People got to be careful about. I was talking to one of my guys about this. That I'm not telling people don't stop doing videos and stuff like that, because the biggest scam right now is going on is the voice recognition thing. People calling your phone, they doing it on social media, they taking your voice and then they using it and to spam your accounts, all kinds of stuff. you know they using your voice and having you use your voice to use it towards one of your loved ones, and they thinking it's you and it's not you and stuff. And so you could put a video up here doing content talking about this and that, to the point that you get spammed. And what if that really happened to a lot of people in network marketing, and now they're gonna be scared to do this? Then how you gonna get your leads? Then they're not taught. You can't go out there in the cold market, you know. They
No
said
doubt.
cold market is the best market.
Nobody knows you, right? And
Yeah.
when you start a conversation, are you starting a conversation when you're networking? Are you at a bar, a restaurant, Home Depot, or a store? How do you start a conversation um, to get things a possible lead in your eyes?
What I would do, I mean, you act normal. You act normal just like if you talking to somebody and say like if I'm in a place and I don't know a person and we talking about say like if I'm at a sports bar and we talking about, hey, yeah, man, that's your team, we talking blase or whatever, and then I say, hey man, hey man, I like your energy, man. I think you'll be a great fit for my company, man. You well ambitious, your people skills is good and everything, man. I'm working on the project right now. You're spanning, and I'm looking for some sharp people, man. You're interested in making some extra money on the side. Let me get your name and phone number. But I'm in a rush right now. Boom. They give me their phone number and take it like that. Do it like that. And now it
That's
depends
actually
how the
that's a great
it depends how the mood,
strategy.
huh?
That's a great strategy.
Right. So it depends what situation I'm in. If it's like a noisy place like that, I would do something like that. But if you in somewhere where though you having a relaxing conversation, then I might say, hey, look, at the connection we talking and stuff. I ask them about their kids and stuff. Build up some type of little report. And I won't ask them too much questions, but then I might eventually ask them, hey, have you ever thought about what your life would look like if you had time, money, and health? What would your life would look like right now if you had plenty of all three? And then I'll shut up and then I let them talk. Hey, whatever they say, oh, well, my life would be great. If I had plenty of all three, I'd travel more. I quit one of my jobs and stuff like that. So whatever they say, I throw it right back at them and say, hey, well, since you say that you would be doing this and doing that, what if I could share some brief information with you so you can, travel more, blase and stuff like that, let's connect. Let me get your phone number. And then
That's
I,
that's the
yeah,
build. That's the definite way to have a relationship, guys. When you're actually having a conversation, you're getting to know somebody, you're sharing after, you're setting it up, you're making it a business call or connection call so that you can go into your little presentation to get them on board. So that's a powerful thing.
right,
I want to make sure everyone knows. I've been doing this a long time. The video, I've been doing these podcasts for a long time, and Kenny's never done this before. And last couple of
yeah,
guests
no,
haven't done this before. Can you share what you felt before you went on a podcast, during it, and do you think you'll start one later? So, like, how did you feel before you got into? And I asked you to be on. What were your feelings, and how do you feel going through it? And then, what do you think the future holds for you with podcasts?
um, yeah, it's a good question. Because it's crazy that you asked me this though, because um my guys, my team members, Camden and Merdez and stuff, like I'm older than everybody on my team, except my mentors. And I'm like an old school guy with the technology and stuff, and when we be making these group chats and stuff like that, I say, how you do this? And Candy said, "Oh, you got to go on there," and I'm like, "Okay, they teaching me stuff." So when you was telling me about the podcast, I'm like, "Oh man," I was kind of nervous because I was like, "I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this," and I hope and then I just reading the email and the message what you were saying, and you just click on this and stuff, and I'm like, I was just following the directions. Now I'm comfortable. It's like easy. It's like real easy to do. I think as far as doing the podcast, building the podcast myself, um, I probably would say like I don't know if I would ever want to start my own podcast, you know, because I probably would do that if I ever like after I retire off of MLM or something like that, that'd be good. That's a good idea. But I don't know. It might be. I don't know, but it do because I know some people that have their own podcast that makes a lot of money. That makes a lot of money, and they told me. I know one of my friends that I grew up with. He said, "Oh man, once you get over, I think 500 to 1,000 views, they start sending you checks." So he's getting checks right now. So I'm like, "Wow, that's good though." But I'm trying to get more. I'm trying to get people ranked in my company and stuff like that to the point. Then once I have more time, and then yes, it sounds like a good idea.
Hell yeah, man. I have found what we're doing right now is recording if we had a phone call. So that's what I tell people. It's like us having a conversation in person that the people can see little birdie on our and listening and actually seeing and hearing what we're saying. So
Mhm.
it's a powerful medium. A lot of people are afraid to do like public speaking, and it's something that
Right.
will help others in their presentation styles. It'll help them be more confident because they're competent on what they're sharing out into the world. But man, you killed it. Lots of value in this episode. Guys, reach out to Kenny. All his information is in the description. I want you to go back and tell us and drop a comment, Kenny, later on when this is live to share with us that course that you were going to start with real estate years ago that you forgot the name of. Get that,
Oh,
drop it.
matter of fact, I'm glad you brought that up. Do you remember the name Carlton Sheets from back in the
Yes.
day?
Yep.
Carlton Sheets. It was like back in like the '80s, like the late '80s or something. Carlton Sheets. Yeah.
That's
Yep.
it.
Carlton Sheets.
That's
Yeah.
something. Some people use their information, some people don't, but you have been a wealth of knowledge. Continue killing it. I appreciate knowing you. We're definitely going to help many, many
Thank you.
people. Again, guys, reach out to him, have a call, mention that you saw him on the podcast. He's an open book, man. He'd be happy
Yeah.
to share some ideas, get him on,
Exactly.
get John to own your life, learn more about the money, time, and health, and also that those different ideas with the napkin
Presentation.
presentation you'll learn. So
Exactly.
I want everyone to reach out to him. I appreciate you being on today. And Kenny and everyone else, we hope you have an amazing rest of your day.
Bye. Thanks.
Stick around, Kenny, for 1 second.
Okay.